Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls, coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share a card that I made using the AltENew Build-A-Garden Dear Dahlias set. It uses the stamp and stencils, the die set, and a 3D flower die set as well. That all comes with that Build-A-Garden set. So let me show you how it's made. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink my stamp. I stamped this just on some off-white plain card with a brown ink. And I've got the Build-A-Garden Dear Dahlias stencil. This is the stamp that's Build-A-Garden Dear Dahlias. It's, there it is. Build-A-Garden Dear Dahlias outline stamp. And I've got the stencils. I'm going to go ahead and do my stenciling first. So we line this up. And I've got my sticky mat down just onto my desktop. And that'll hold my card in place and my stencil. Okay. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to do these outside flowers in yellow and these in some a pink. So let me get my inks out here. I'm going to use a maple yellow and kind of a darker honey drizzle for the flowers, for the small flowers. And I'm going to use blush rose and raspberry sunset for the dahlias. So we're going to start with my dahlias. I'm going to put my inks on there and that'll hold them in place. Stencil number 2. Come in with our 3rd stencil. And then these are the leaves. So I'm going to die cut that out. But before I do that, I've also cut that same set, Build-A-Garden Dear Dahlias, comes with the outline die that'll cut out my stamped and stenciled image, but it also creates this 3-dimensional dahlia that you can layer on top to create a more of a 3D look. And so I cut it out, also out of the cream colored cardstock, and I'm just gonna ink with those same colors Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and build my flower. And this is the keyhole system. So there's my 3D dahlia. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my outline. Okay, and then this can layer right on top of here to create sort of a 3D look. But to create my card base, I've just got kind of a ivory 5x7 card, and then this piece of card is just about 1/8 of an inch shy of 5 by 7 in the navy blue. And then I stamped this same stamp twice, just with a dark blue midnight ink, to give you a little bit of a shadow, or a sort of a shadow layer, or, you know, a hint of that same stamp underneath, just to give it a pattern. And it's going to give me just a tiny little ivory border. And then I'm going to put my stamped image on there. I'm going to add my 3D floral to it. And you can do it however you want and wherever you want. I'm going to put mine about right there. And then I'll have room for my sentiment. I'm going to put this, raise this up on some foam pads. And I don't want to layer it directly on top of my other dahlias because I love the looks of those. Just adds that extra 3D nature to your dahlia. Love that. And I'm just going to add my little sentiment right down here. Fairly quick and easy to make. I think if I were to do it again, I think I would take my darker ink and just hit the edges of all these petals, just to make them stand out just a little bit more. But I'm just going to kind of lift them a little bit so that it's not so flat. Yeah, that looks good. All right. Well, thanks for watching.